And I think we are live again. So hold on. Hold on. Welcome back to the Quantum Show, everybody. R. Keith Andrews is here with me right now on the panel. Others are on their way. Possibly, I don't know. That's just the way the quantum works. Keith, welcome back to the Quantum Show. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. You know, the reality is I have trouble getting onto it on occasion, but this is the last run of the year.
Thank you for coming. I know it's really late for you. I get it. And I appreciate you putting the effort forth and powering through, man. Thanks for that.
Oh, not a problem.
I always am quoting you on your show, and I use this now all the time. I use it all the time. And coming in is Lynn, coming back to the panel. Hey, Lynn.
Hi, how you doing?
Lynn, how are you doing?
Good.
I'm fine. How are you, Keith?
I'm still breathing.
That's the way to do it.
Had a wonderful time at the grocery store getting out of the car. That was fun.
I spilled a bottle of glue all over my hands. So if I look like I'm fidgeting, I am.
If I know you're like this, if you're like this, I know you're not face palming the show.
This.
Okay. I know if you look going like this, I know you're not face palming the show. It's like stuck. You know.
I got everything loose. I got the mess cleaned up, and you know what really pissed me off, was really made me mad.
What is it?
You know what I did when I was cleaning all this mess up?
Pushed it onto the carpet.
I knocked the damn nail off. Of course, it was my political finger.
Well, you know. See, I'm lucky. In a sense, I'm lucky. I can't actually do that to people.
Oh, it's when Frank and I had an accident a couple of years ago. I broke a fingernail, right? And the guy had totaled our rear end, and it's not my fault, and of course it is, and of course the police were called and the EMT, and I'm sitting there and I'm totally disgusted, and I said, you know what cheeses me? What makes me absolutely fucking furious? And they said, what, ma'am? You know, they're all scared to death, right? I said, I broke a nail. You know? And I said, they all stared at me, and I said, laugh, it's funny.
That's as bad as when I had it when I was back in 96. Right. Back in 96, I get this bang, bang, bang on the window. 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, bang, 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 bang. I says, keep your pants on, I'm coming. Guy outside, he goes, your house is on fire. I says, fine, I'll put my pants on. You know? So I shook my wife's shoulder. I says, hey, dear, you might want to get up. Why? What time is it? I says, 3 o'clock in the morning. Why do I want to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning? I said, the house is on fire. I'll tell you, did she come out of bed in a hurry?
Right at the heels, huh?
You know. But where it related to yours is we get outside and the cop I looked at the cop. I says, you know what really ticks me off about this? The guy looks at me, he goes, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and somebody lit your house on fire. I said, no. I said, long and the short of it is, whoever the genius was that lit my house on fire, they didn't tell me ahead of time so I could get the wieners out of the freezer.
Oh, shucks, and I unloaded that on a live broadcast. Charming. I didn't realize we were live. I'm sorry, Nathan.
We're live. It's okay.
Welcome to the Quantum Show.
Yep, there it is. Welcome to the Quantum Show.
You know, it is crazy like that for all of us. You know, none of us here have a perfect life.
Yeah, I got news for you. Now, my shrink told me I'm perfectly sane.
Oh, God.
Of course, I didn't check his credentials, but...
I was going to say, just how sane was he?
Oh, that's no problem. My shrink was Murdoch.
Oh, gee.
Okay. First hour I went over personal power, seeing it, keeping it, realizing when it's being taken away, getting it back, and using manifestation the whole time. And the key to it is clarity of mind and letting go of fear. All fear, everything that goes along with fear. Just like in Star Wars, they say fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. Don't deal with any of it. No fear.
And being attached to the outcome.
Right.
You know,
going with the flow.
Yeah, you don't have to be attached to the outcome.
It doesn't have to come out perfectly. It just has to come out to where you are not where you are now. And
yeah, the whole thing is it really is a question of if you're not content where you are, change something.
Absolutely.
Right.
As you change the things you're not content with, all you're left with is what you're content with.
Right. And in the realm of personal power, that is, you're being manipulated, you're being controlled, you're being told consequences of something. If you do this or don't do this, you will get in trouble, and there will be bad things happen to you.
Ooh,
and
don't be attached to it.
Right.
Is that where the sticks and stones will break my bones, but whips and chains excite me comes from?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah,
kind of, sort of. And now
on that realm, though, where somebody is threatening you, who's afraid? It isn't you.
Right.
It's them.
And then that's when you take a step back, realize this is happening. And I went kind of dark side in my, now y'all can correct me, okay, if you need to. I said, if I'm going to have punishment, fine, consequence, fine, so will you. I will make sure we both, you will be the winner of this situation, but you will not be a winner. We will both be losers. And I'll make sure we both lose this little predicament here. Now, that may be a little bit on the dark side of things, but a lot of times it helps.
I don't have a problem with it.
What'd you say, Keith?
I said it's also counterproductive.
Yeah.
It can be, but then I enter into self-respect, saying when people are doing something and it steps on your self-respect, not just respectfulness from one person to another, but it causes you to self-disrespect, like at my own cost, I will do what I'm told. That doesn't work, right?
It doesn't work for me anymore.
No,
it didn't work for me ever.
It didn't work for me for a long time ahead of that either.
Yeah, I had to do that in the Army, and that's where I was coming from, that experience and some work experience. But I realized,
you gotta remember, everybody's coming from their own experience,
right?
Yeah.
And I'm not like, and I, disclaimer, I'm not going to talk about what I don't know, what I haven't been through. So, but if it's related, I'll relate it.
Why not? The Army is a whole different culture, and most people don't realize it. It's its own little subculture, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
companies are too.
See,
right?
The military wouldn't take me. Something about epileptics and automatic weapons.
Right.
Might be pointing the wrong direction. Not my full anesthesia.
Yeah, the same government authorized a clinical schizophrenic to become a powder monkey.
A what?
Demolitions expert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm just sitting there going, what was it? A lack of kill ratio for the epileptics? Don't get me wrong. I'm quite happy with the idea they wouldn't take me into the military.
Well, the military, like I said, is an entirely different culture. They have their own rules and their own protocol. It's like being in a different country in some respects.
Yep.
And it doesn't work the same way out in the world. outside of that organization. Now,
Right.
take it a step further. Every organization, whether it's a company or a small business or a restaurant, also is a small subculture. And there's always one or two people in charge or several, but the person running the joint is sets a tone for how good that the individuals who are working for it react to different stimulus and that sort of thing. So
I missed that lesson. I think you're supposed to actually pay attention to what the boss says, right?
I'm not the right person to tell you that. We we're talking about self-empowerment, and I just I learned at a fairly early age that you had to get along, you had to go along. But what were you going along with? In many cases, you're complicit with what is happening. In other words, just as guilty of. And you have to look at yourself and say, do I really want to do this? And this is where people get into their own businesses and stuff like that. And I have had my share. I've had a few. No, YouTube with you is a first venture with me, but it's not my first venture into media.
Right.
It being my own boss while being not necessarily paid extremely well was extremely self-empowering, because not only was I in charge, I was also the fall guy. And I say that for both Frank and I, since we did everything together. But
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the two of us are just, it doesn't matter what's going on, that we're together on it. So when you get involved in your own not just a business but enterprise, whether that enterprise is something creative like painting, or more creative like media, or even more creative like having a radio show. And one of the things that we did with my radio show was to empower other radio hosts, so that they felt important and essential to what we were doing. We did all kinds of interviews. This is how I met Keith.
Yeah, and that was a, shall we say, intriguing endeavor.
It sure was.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, and you were busy putting together intergalactic. I'm saying it wrong, Keith. What is it?
The Galactic Consortium.
Yeah, Intergalactic Consortium. We're still doing that, putting that together, and still doing it. Because these enterprises are not successful in a day, a week, a year.
No, they aren't.
It takes years to become successful at them. So the sooner you get involved in your own enrichment and your own business, your own enterprise, if you will, the sooner you'll become not only self-empowered, but see things from a very realistic point of view.
Well, I get it.
Or what it is.
See, the way it was described to me was an entrepreneur is somebody willing to work 16 hours a day for themselves so they don't have to work 8 hours a day for somebody else.
Precisely. Now, personally, I didn't hate working for someone else, but I didn't enjoy it, especially when I knew better than they did about what they were doing.
That's where I kept running into the problem. And I recommend people don't do this.
Oh, yeah,
I cannot think of a job that I had that I didn't tell the boss to get out of my way and didn't get fired for it. And I didn't put it that way. I was always a lot more direct and a whole lot less politically correct.
I didn't necessarily get fired for it. A lot of it for me, when an individual works for you, and they've been working for you for more than 7 years, and you suddenly hire somebody and stick them over them, and they'd have no experience in what you're doing.
Well, then you ignore the newcomer.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I did. As far as he'd let me.
Well, I had that happen in one case, and I went to my boss. I said, "What does this new guy have to do with me?" He says, "Oh, you know your job." So my boss says, "You come to me if you've got a question, and I'll deal with it. But other than that, go do your job." He's got no authority over you at all.
Right.
And then the guy tried pulling authority.
Right. And how this comes into personal manifestation and personal empowerment, it's very simple. At some point, you're going to look at yourself and say, what in the heck am I doing?
Right. What am I doing? And am I doing the best I can? Or am I being pushed into this, corralled and herded?
Am I doing service to the gods I pray to? Or am I doing service to the money lord?
See,
there you go. That's what
this is why I always go with the idea you must be true to yourself first.
Exactly. And then look at yourself in the mirror every day and say, I am worth it.
Ultimately, yes.
Right.
The moment you start seeing yourself as being of value, other people will start responding. Some of them will not like it. I got one just like that at home. Only I got a slightly bigger one.
I have one in my kitchen, in my bathroom. Yeah. That's where I give myself the most crap, literally and figuratively.
See, I got a little carried away.
Well, I put it in there because if I'm going to tear myself up, that's usually where I'm going to do it. And it being there, I can argue with that sign till the cows come home, and it's still going to say, I am worth it.
Yeah, it won't
That's
actually
why
pay
you need that there. You need it somewhere where you're seeing it every day, and maybe more than once.
I keep it here at my computer desk. I sit here every day.
I have one up here in the corner of my computer that says I am worth it. Because sometimes when somebody's giving you a load of crap, and they do, you have to decide. You have to decide, am I going to take that from them, or am I going to decide that I am worth it and say, no, I'm not going to do this with you?
Yeah, the thing is, like I don't have one right at my computer. I've got the one over there that is visible to me all the time.
Right.
I've got one on my fridge and one literally on the outside of the front door of my apartment. So anybody coming to my house automatically knows where I'm standing.
Right. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of a battle cry, if you will, that says, no, I'm not going to go along to get along, because I'm worth more than that.
See,
And
I've taken a look at people. The one thing I found with people is if they start berating you, I'll stand there and look at them, usually a little blank face, and I'll look at them and go, do you feel better? And ultimately they go, what do you mean? I'm like, well, the way you're treating me, I'm not feeling really great about, so I'm hoping it's doing something for you.
When my son was growing up, he had an awful time doing it. Still does. He's 40. And
yeah, he's still growing up.
He's still doing it. Yeah, but aren't we all? Nobody was more shocked than I was when I reached this age. But
I'm surprised I got to this age.
Yeah. He's jumping up and down and hollering, and I don't have to do this, blah, 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 and I'm like, are you feeling better yet? Because I'm getting bored with this.
Yeah. It's like, I'll look at people, and granted, I never did learn political correctness, so sarcasm does seem to run a little heavy.
It wasn't taught at my house. I'm sorry. I have too many things on my mind to be worried about, being danced on or dancing on somebody else's toes.
I mean, I got a kick out of it. My ex asked me one day, she goes, why are our sons so sarcastic? I looked at her and I says, proper training? That, by the way, was the wrong answer.
I suppose she had a better one.
Well, she had a lot more to say about it. Let's put it that way.
No doubt. With manifesting, though, when you finally look at yourself in the mirror and say, I have had enough, whether it's I'm going to change this thing about myself, whether I'm going to stop biting my nails, that's one, or I'm going to stop drinking, or I'm going to start exercising, or something else is positive. No matter what you take away from your life, you had better fill it with something else, because of a void, and it's not possible in nature, and the universe will fill it with something.
Mm-hmm. Make it and you really want the thing you're hoping for.
Yeah, you want the thing that you want.
I heard bells.
That was probably me. That was probably my ding donger going off.
Okay.
Well, it was definitely a ding dong. I don't know if it was Frank or not, but
it's not worth looking at. But okay. We're trying to manifest our lives, and we're manifesting every moment of our lives. Most of us don't realize that. When we make a decision like we'll say eat a healthier diet, that means that there are some things you're going to have to leave your kitchen, whether it's the chocolate or the snacks, the crackers, that sort of thing. Right. Something's going to have to leave. But too many people say, I'm going to get rid of all that junk, and they don't think about what alternatives do I need to put in there so that I'm successful with my change. Mm-hmm. Now that's an important thing.
Well, that really is. And if you're going to manifest, this is why I tell people, like I work with a list. Because if you take one small change and get it done, and all you do is focus on removing the things you're not content with.
Right.
As they go away, you will end up having the things you are content with left behind. The side effect is your energy level goes through the roof as your stress level collapses.
Right. Now, supposing, and the same thing goes for, I'm going to straighten up my house. Now, a lot of people think that's a one and done. It's not. It's a one and always, all of the time. Now, how are you going to approach it? What are you going to do first? clean the kitchen sink, because nothing happens without that sink being empty and ready for business.
See, I didn't start there. I started with the area around me that I work on my finances.
Yeah, there you go.
Clear your desk, your brain works.
Yeah. And it works the same way with housekeeping.
What? There's housekeeping? Dang, I knew there was something I missed.
Well, I'm the keeper of the financial stuff at our house, but I do nothing without my spouse being present. Now, a lot of people don't do it that way. For us, it avoids an awful lot of misunderstandings and fights.
So, oh, Lord, yeah.
So we just do that together, and then nobody dies. Me in particular. So that, we do these things together. Housekeeping, I'm no longer able to participate in. I'm at a place now where housekeeping's a bit much for me, but I can direct traffic. And
management is important.
Exactly. If you don't know what you're doing to start with, you can't manage someone else.
Right. And you have a perspective that they don't have. They're in it. Exactly. You're over looking like, you go here, you go here. Okay. While he's doing that, you do over here. And then management.
This is why I tell people, if you're striving to do something that you don't know how to do, that you haven't done before, talk to somebody that has done it successfully first.
Yeah.
Right.
Talking to my dad about becoming a multimillionaire was pointless. He wasn't one.
Yeah. Well, and my son worked for a fast food restaurant, and he noticed that the restaurant was not successful in their health department checks. Okay, so he went to his boss and he goes, I want you to do this with these other two guys while I belt out what's going on behind us. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, the water heater hasn't been cleaned in God knows how long. It's got grease all over it. So does this, and the other thing, and the floors around them. Simple thing, right? How do you know this? My mother was a forensic cleaner.
That would do it.
Yeah. I taught him how to clean.
That is some important experience right there.
Well, yeah, it was really helpful when he found a dead mouse.
That would have been a big ding.
Precisely what you do about it.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, you sit down, you resurrect the poor thing and tell it to go home.
No. I don't like rats. I really don't.
I used to raise them.
Okay, but I'm not crazy about mice. But he knew what to do about it, what cleaners to employ to take all that out of there and the smell. And they passed inspection. They had never passed before. It was like,
how great how if they didn't pass inspection, did they actually keep the store open?
I have not asked, and I don't think I want to know. But I never went there again.
Can't imagine why. My uncle used to be the health inspector for Vancouver Island here.
Okay.
Right. So he'd walk into a place and he'd shut it down without even blinking. Like he walked into a self-proclaimed 5-star restaurant. Walks through the door and he looks at the place and he goes, "Excuse me, this place is closed now." Right? He saw one mouse coming out of the kitchen and closed the door. And of course, the owner goes, "You can't do that." And he says, "Actually, I can. But I've got all these hungry people." He goes, "Yep, and all these hungry people are going home without your food."
Mm-hmm.
Right. But the scary part with my uncle was he was a type 2, he was a type 1 diabetic, an alcoholic, and smoked like a chimney. It's a good thing he wasn't actually a health inspector for the body.
He was at that a good long time too, wasn't he?
Oh yeah. He ended up dying, if I recall correctly, somewhere about mid-50s.
Well, that's about right for those kind of behaviors. But you know,
he did balance out the alcohol, the insulin with the alcohol.
No, where we can go with this is really simple. You know, don't throw anything in until you're ready to throw something out.
Yeah.
And don't throw something else unless you're ready to replace it with something else. Now, this goes for an alcoholic is going to give up, obviously going to give up alcohol. That doesn't mean replace it with a beer. It means replace it with water.
Also, it's recommended you don't replace it with sweets.
No, a lot of alcoholics have extreme sugar intolerance, and sweets are just about as bad for them as the alcohol was. But we're saying about personal empowerment. This is one of the ways you empower yourself is find out what you're going to do, what your plan is, make that plan, and then find out everything you can find out about it, before you implement. Now, that doesn't mean stall. It means find out what you're doing.
Right.
See, I'm not entirely certain how I walked away. Well, I do know I got into alcohol and drugs to get a total stranger out, and the day they walked out, I quit both cold turkey. But, my dad had always said, never, you cannot judge somebody's life until you've walked a mile in their shoes. So I did the only thing that made sense. Dumb. Right. But what I replaced it with, I really don't know. I just stopped going to the bar.
Well, you had to have your time filled with something. Whether it was creativity
or remember what it was.
D&D.
No, I was doing that all the time anyway.
Okay.
Matter of fact,
so you did more.
Didn't realize I was into drugs and alcohol.
Well, it could have been you removed some interference and those other things shined brighter.
Right.
That is possible. I really never bothered to analyze it, to be frank.
Well, that's okay. Well, you don't have to be Frank here. You can be Keith.
Yeah, Frank is real sore when someone tries to be Frank.
I'll be Nathan. You be Keith. And
I'll
she'll
be
be Lynn.
Yes.
Frank will be Frank.
Because I ain't me, Lynn. Don't take that wrong, Lynn.
We have a man where with manifesting requires a couple of steps. When you're trying to put something together, and you want to involve the Almighty, one of the best things you can do is start being grateful for what you've already accomplished, whether that's very small or very large.
Or for that matter, whether you've actually accomplished it. The thing I keep telling people, when you're dealing with whatever you want to call it, the Almighty, God, Mother, it doesn't matter, right? Mm-hmm. Thank them for what you've already got. Like in my case, I'm building an empire. And I, on a daily basis, thank him for guiding me through building that empire.
Yeah. You're creating the foundation of it, and it's not just these things.
No, it's something as simple as this.
We have to approach the universe in a childlike manner and say to them, Mama, I need, or Papa, I need.
Not Father, I need. Not I need. I desire or I choose.
Yeah, I wish to manifest this thing. Thank you. I stand corrected. You're absolutely right about that.
See, for
I choose. Yeah, Nathan's got it. I choose.
Well, I'm quoting him. I'm quoting you, Keith. He said it, and I'm just saying, I say I choose.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
I don't choose to be impoverished. I choose to have prosperity in my life. And the minute you start that, now you may not be a recipient of the lottery and its many headaches, but think of it like I do. Then I don't want that hassle. You know?
Well, I'll tell you the same thing that I told the first person that gave that message to me. You ever win the lottery, keep what you feel is functional and just turn the rest over to me. I'll deal with the headache.
You know what? You're on. You're on, because I know who you are. But
ooh, here we go.
Yeah.
That's a can of worms, it is.
Oh boy.
Shall we say extensive?
Feathers are getting in my nose there. Anyway. But when we're manifesting these things, there's a certain number of steps one goes through in manifestation. If you look back at anything that you've accomplished, one of those is, like you're saying, Nathan, refuse fear and anxiety.
Absolutely.
There's nothing to be afraid of. Approach it as though you already have it. Be grateful for it. Give thanks for it. Often.
Yeah, another part of the refuse fear and anxiety is someone trying to instill fear through fear of punishment or repercussion.
Yeah.
And it's a mind game. They're trying to get you to do something in their best interest, not necessarily in your best interest.
Well, almost always it doesn't have your interest calculated at all.
Right.
Knowing the
way in their path.
Right.
Knowing the way the internet is and the people have access. There's one caveat I'm going to put in there. If you're a child and your parent says, do this, assuming it's not actually going to hurt you, it's still an idea to follow what you're being guided.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have the experience or the wherewithal mentally, yes, I totally agree. A child being told, do this, sign up for Hotmail, as an example, right? Hotmail is a pretty safe one. Then that's a good thing to follow. It's not that, it's in their best interest. They want communication. They want to use the internet. Well, this is how mom and dad say, this is how they make it happen.
Yeah.
This is where we start.
Safe for you.
Yeah.
Right.
This is where you start so that you are safe and are and begin to do this in a safe environment while you learn it.
Right.
And as you get to be older, you're a teen, say. Now you're branching out. You're all that in a box of Cracker Jacks, and you think you know it all. And
Joe is coming in with a giant face cam.
Whoa, you're a big guy.
Joe, how are we doing?
The big giant head, yes.
It's the head. Hi, Joe.
Merry Christmas, I hope.
Happy Yule.
I'll work with it.
Happy Yule.
Hello.
I just adjusted your mic settings.
Good. Let me shut down Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be helpful.
There we go. That ought to be a little better. Hearing you 3 times over.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Gee, I don't like hearing me once, never mind 3 times over.
Yeah. We're talking about manifesting and trying to do it without collecting 50 vacuum sweepers.
Right. And personal power.
Yeah. Right.
Personal power and manifesting to that end without hurting anyone in the process.
Exactly.
Well, sometimes that's hard to do.
It is hard to do.
Like if 2 of you are competing for a job, one of you is going to lose.
Right.
You don't have really to hurt the person to win, though.
Is it really a loss for the other person? It might not be.
It's an opportunity to grow, possibly in a different direction.
Exactly.
See, the thing is, if you get the job by being honest about you, not by being derogatory towards them,
Exactly.
then you're not hurting them.
Right.
They may take offense to the fact that you won, but you can't do much about that.
Yeah, and there is only so much we can put on our plate that is our responsibility. I've had that thrown in my face recently. There's only so much that we can take on. It's not up to me what the other person does, how the other person acts, reacts, etc. I can only control what I'm doing, and from a place of compassion yet self-respect.
And that's the essence. That's the essence of it, right there. Take care of your charge.
I see I have gray eyes tonight. Oh, that's interesting.
Who has gray eyes?
On the camera, it looks like I have gray eyes tonight.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Joe, do you have a free USB port on whatever machine you're using?
No. But
how about one you can rent?
How about I could
Can't see that.
Install this.
Okay. 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 I was just asking.
Okay.
He wanted to plug his mic into it.
Oh, no, I want him to plug a webcam into it.
I don't know where the webcam went to.
That's okay. One might show up.
It went to webcam heaven.
See, it disappeared after this.
I can't see that. What is it? Oh, it's broken.
It broke.
It's broken.
So
Go bye.
I'm using the microscope. No, not microscope. The telescope.
It looks like a microscope from here.
See, I don't damage the physical stuff in my hardware usually. I just damage the electronics.
I have a Maddie.
Yeah,
well, does it help?
The demon
does it
dog.
help? I know a couple of Maddies.
No, I've got one. That's enough.
She's been quite the ordinariness here recently. Anyhow, with the manifesting stuff, it's not just stuff that we should be manifesting. We should be manifesting our peace of mind so that when bad things happen to us, we can keep our head and get ourselves in a state of meditation where we can be helped and help ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Certain health crises come to mind.
Oh, I don't have those.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm in a constant state of collapse. There's no crisis to it.
Okay. But that being mindful of it means you can step back when you need to and say, no,
yeah,
I'm not doing that right now.
This is half the reason I end up, packing it in early.
Yeah.
But no, the reality is people are taught, when people are taught from the get-go, change is scary, change is frightening, change is painful. And yet people don't seem to realize every time you think something, hear something, perceive something, you're changing. And, if that's causing you excruciating pain, there might be a problem.
Yeah.
Change is life.
Oh, yeah. If you're not changing, you are not participating at all. No.
Well, in all fairness, I was quite content with that for a while.
Yeah. Well, people might hate change because it requires a certain participation that they're not prepared to give.
Okay, this is a little bit off topic, but we have a question in the chat.
What is it?
Okay. Can't pitch
a newcomer to the show, Not Laws 2. Welcome to the Quantum Show. Can a starving kid in Africa manifest a sandwich, or is there a material world? There seems to be two questions there.
I'm not sure what the question is.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. But there seems to be
a manifestation.
Okay.
Can a starving child?
Starving kid in Ethiopia manifest a sandwich? Probably not a sandwich, but manifest food. The answer is yes.
Or manifest the means to achieve a way to get food.
Yes.
It's not so direct sometimes. Sometimes we have so much adversity in front of us, so many stumbling blocks and blocks that we have to get past, that you have to jump some dots. You have to connect some dots.
Right.
And it's not direct sometimes. Sometimes go ahead. Go sorry.
It's imperative people realize that manifestation is not just your own will you're up against. It's society's perception that you're up against.
And we have, I believe he's responding to my statement. I think that's highly illogical. Yes, it is illogical, but you're on the Quantum Show. Logic only holds up so far before weird stuff happens.
Yeah,
for real.
We specialize in illogical. You'll get used to us.
Yeah, logic is applied as it manifests. See what I did there? And I'm not even joking.
No, we're not teasing you.
No, we're not. I mean,
no.
Edge of humor, that's all.
Illogical situations like we have, our world is highly illogical. We're being forced to look at the illogic of others' decisions and their desires, their attitudes, and are gaslighted into thinking that's the way the world is.
And it's good and
not necessarily.
Yeah, do you feel okay? Hey, not laws, are you being strong-armed into something? Are you being told that you have some kind of punishment if you don't, some kind of consequence if you don't do this, that, the other? Then is that your personal power being affected?
Sure.
So I urge you, first, thank you for coming to the chat, but I urge you to ask yourself, where does that question and reply come from?
Well, I do have an answer for him that everybody here, I'm sure, will recognize. Spock from the original Star Trek phrased it beautifully when he said, once you remove all the logical possibilities, whatever is left, regardless of how illogical it may seem, is the answer.
Yeah.
Let's say paraphrase.
And that was said by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle as well.
I didn't know about him.
Yeah, and when you remove all the logical sources of explanations, that's it. When you remove all the logical explanations, what's left is your answer, and it may not be logical.
Right.
Well,
that's
by definition, it's logical. You've gone through a step-by-step process and eliminated everything else.
Yes.
Making it by its very existence the logical outcome.
Right.
Yeah.
And
he said
the real outcome.
He said that no matter how improbable it is, your outcome.
I knew someone would look it up. I didn't need to.
Yeah.
Good job, Joe. Thank you.
I didn't look it up.
That's the research here on the Quantum Show.
That's how much we've read, huh, Joe?
Reading.
For those who are not sure, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle wrote Sherlock Holmes.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was excellent at it. So these are things that truisms that we accepted over the last 100 years.
Right.
So and good many police agencies use that logic these days. So
yeah, because they're being forced into a bunch of illogical stuff that doesn't make sense.
Boy, are they! And everybody else is as well.
For them, in all fairness.
The best thing an individual can do, is get in your lane, and start to make your life better. By doing that, you make your husband or your wife's life better. You'd make your children's life better, perhaps your parents. You affect people in a puddle, a stone in the puddle reaction, and you keep affecting them outwards by doing that. It's a small thing, and it will take time, but it does work.
Something I would like to point out to the individual that asked the original question, because forgive me, I forgot the name, but we really do appreciate a question like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of other people listening in have the same question and just haven't gotten around to asking it.
Yeah. It's difficult. We're living in a world where we have extreme wealth and extreme poverty, and both extremes are real. And by the same token, those who have extreme wealth find themselves destitute in some other ways, while the other soul who is destitute finds himself enriched on the other balance.
Be right back.
So when we're talking about this, we have to really see this thing for what it really is. Maybe that child who is starving in Africa has the most loving of parents, do anything to help their child survive. These are life circumstances that, well, nobody wants to see it happen to anyone. For some reason, that soul has decided to do this for themselves.
Well, that's the big thing. Most people are told you can't. And, I grew up reciting a poem like when I was a kid. Once a week, we would recite this one poem, and it began, "Can't is a word that is foe to ambition." Now, I never could recall the rest of it. But that word is why I don't believe that one phrase is why I do not believe in the word can't. I mean, I believe it exists. I just ignore it half the time. Because every one of us is capable of accomplishing so much more than we're actually aware of.
Well, if you say I can do this thing, I can make it happen, then you can. It's very, very likely that you can. The minute you say you can't, you're right about that too.
Yeah, that's what I grew up with, was whether you believe you can or you believe you can't. In either event, you're likely to prove yourself right.
Very true. So, as far as, New Year's resolutions and that sort of thing, so many people will dump a whole bunch of New Year's resolutions on themselves and end up trying to do them all. And yeah, there is. He's right.
Well, I did it last year, where I made the dozen resolutions I recommend people make.
Yeah.
But I made them so big, I barely accomplished any of them.
Right. There you are.
All right.
That might be a good thing, or it might not be.
Well, considering I wasn't trying to blow up a city or something, I call it a good thing.
There you go. Joseph, what did you want to say?
Well, I think I found Edgar Guest's poem that he was trying to remember there. Can't is the word that is a foe to ambition, an enemy ambushed to shatter your will. The prey is forever the man with a mission, and bows to the courage and patience and skill. Hate it with hatred that is deep and undying, for once it is welcomed, it will break any man. Whatever the goal you are seeking, keep trying, for the answer to this demon is by saying, I can.
Absolutely. Now, here's a neat little piece. Now, you said that's attributed to Edward Guest?
Yes.
Yeah. My dad told me, like he told me the same thing, but what he said was it was not written by Edward Guest. He said it was originally written by the actor Danny Thomas for his daughter who was terminally ill.
What
So she wrote.
when was Thomas born? Because
I have no idea.
Edgar Guest published it in A Heap of Living in 1916.
Well, that'd be about the no. Danny Thomas was older than that, or was younger than that.
Yeah, Danny Thomas though did write a piece for his daughter, and you know, this is something that we can kind of explore. Where here's a man that has a dying child and can't affect a good cure for her because he doesn't have the facility or the skills to do so and can't find them. And this is how St. Jude came about. So you know, it's one of those ironies, I think, where you know we might lose a child and accomplish great things because it inspires us to do better as human beings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I appreciate the information there, Joe. Like I said, I was told by my father who it was written by, but let's face it, I've never claimed to have to have done the research, so I just went with what I knew.
Okay, hey, there is a response to our discussion on manifestation. I appreciate the notion of self-actualization, increasing one's awareness, etc., but I still think there is also the material world, which is separate from things like self-manifestation. I beg to differ. Hold up. Let's not. I don't want to slam him. Let other shows slam, right?
No, we're not slamming. We want to add his knowledge.
Right. And he goes on, like, say, if I, as a rational, healthy individual, grew up in an abusive household and had lead poisoning, my ability would be more limited. It would, however, and then my ability to self-manifest would be limited to my environment or personal ability. Hold on. There is a disconnect. You're discounting the personal, what I talk about, what Keith talks about as the ability to manipulate zero-point energy, quantum link. We can manifest. It is not a physical thing. It is totally an energetic thing. Yes, we have the physical world to deal with. However, the physical is linked to us. If we are self-actualized and we can see the situation, let's just get rid of the quantum link first. Can't, but let's just not go there for a minute.
Well, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
In essence, he is correct. The child in the abusive home living in a house with lead poisoning may not realize that they're capable of altering it.
Okay.
Doesn't mean they don't have the capacity, but they may not know they've got the capacity.
Right. They may be blinded to the ability, but the ability is there. And he goes on to say, I ain't growing back a severed arm. Correct. However,
why?
Okay. There. All right. As we are aware right now, we're not growing back a severed arm.
However, but they're working on it.
We're working on it. And a lot of it is okay. Now they're working on it in the medical industry, right?
Right.
We here are working on it in the quantum, in the energetic. Now,
the funny part is they tell you can't grow back adult teeth. Now, I bore witness to my own father growing back 3 sets of them.
There are conditions for dental situations where they will grow teeth. I know someone who grows several sets of teeth has grown several sets of teeth. They push them out of it. The new tooth pushes the one out of the way and out painfully. So she ends up going to the dentist to just get them pulled out. and
You sure she's
the new
not
one
part
takes
shark?
the new one takes its place perfectly. And she ends up with, like, every 4 or 5 years, she has a whole new set of teeth, growing them herself. Now, that is a particular condition, but
If they harness that, it'll be good for all of us.
right, if they knew how to do, why is that happening? Is it genetic? Is it hormonal? Because that can affect it. Is it circulatory? Is it why? Why is it
Genetic?
happening?
It's there is no question. If it's manifesting in a physical fashion like that, it's genetic, which means that is accessible to other people.
Right.
We just may not know how.
Right. If it's genetic, and it is genetic, growing teeth is genetic, then that can be done. However, talking about a severed arm, we're working on it. Now, if someone doesn't,
No.
okay, now it's
I
not a
read
severed
about it
arm.
last week. I read about it last week where they're taking certain kinds of amphibian. Is it amphibians?
Yes.
That regenerate?
Yeah. Well, let's face it. You look at I think it's a collared lizard. No, it's a Jesus lizard. It'll break its tail off and regrow the tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're working on it.
Studying it.
Medically, they're working on it.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't know you can't regrow your arm, guess what? We don't have any evidence of this, but if you don't know something is a certain way, it won't happen. I've had small examples, not a severed arm, but I've had small examples of, if I don't realize it is a certain way, I plug in, it is this other way, until I realize it is this way.
Look at me.
Are you aware that your door opened?
Well,
no,
what?
It's not a shock. That one?
Just now?
Yes.
Well, it's not surprising. I gotta go get another thing of paint anyway.
Yeah, Diane Brothers.
You might want to grab some salt at the same time.
Yeah, Diane Brothers just.
No,
I'm going to
show
look.
you. I'll show you who's doing that. Just give me a sec.
How about that? But as far as personal capability of manifesting the material, oh yes, you can. Yeah, you can. 50 vacuum sweepers later, that was the kind of holy crap, I've overdone this, I have pulled. And Joe has witnessed it.
Just a little rain to clean the windshield.
That's all, just a little bit. I asked the universe for a vacuum sweeper for my stepson. He needed one. Now this is how normal it is for me to manifest. I didn't have an extra to give him. There was no way for me to get that thing except to ask the universe for it. The daggone vacuums, I was not specific at all about what kind of vacuum sweeper this kid wanted. So 50 vacuum sweepers later, I'm not kidding about the number.
Brand new ones,
showed up at my door inside. What do you think it was, Joe? 6 weeks?
Yeah.
About 6 weeks when
and then they started creeping in afterwards.
Yeah. They were showing up at odd times of the night and the day, and I couldn't get rid of them fast enough. That kid had ended up with 3 of them of his choosing, and so did everybody else on the block. Yeah, no, I ended up with a very nice with a Kirby vacuum that somebody paid hundreds of dollars for.
Almost $1,000.
Yeah.
The original Kirby's were $2,000.
There you go.
Not back in the days when I bought them.
Oh my!
That was back in the 70s.
And that thing came with a full set of tools.
Yeah.
So I had my choice of whatever it was that I wanted, and anybody else that needed one too.
Mine
And
came
we
with
spread it around.
Mine came with a
My
spray
brother
gun and
was
a
selling them
sander.
in the 90s.
Yeah, but the point is that not only did the universe provide my stepson with a vacuum sweeper, he gave me a new one, and anybody else who needed one too. All I had to do was spread them around.
All I did is took the motor out of mine.
but there you are. The ex was coming home with them every other day. And I said, "You gotta stop. You just gotta stop."
See, I had a similar problem with my ex-wife. She had this thing she wanted to rescue rescue the little animals, cats and dogs. She'd walk out the door and come back in with one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they figured that out.
Yeah, I think Raven is enjoying a stint with that too.
Where is Raven?
I haven't seen her today.
She was in the chat room with us today.
Yeah, she was there, but she didn't show for panel. I don't know if she's going to. But
she did get a link sent to her, so she may or may not come in.
I don't know. It just really depends on what's going on with her right now. But how many cats have shown up?
Yeah, the cat dimension is always busy.
Yeah, there's the portal, I swear, and that just has cats coming.
Mm-hmm.
It also works so the cat can steal your socks.
Oh! Speaking of,
I've been backstage.
The cat dimension is here.
I've been backstage for 20 minutes.
I didn't see you here.
I've been sitting. I thought you could hear me because I was laughing when you talk about your vacuum cleaners and stuff. Yeah,
sorry about that.
The mic's got to be turned on.
Oh boy, we better behave ourselves. We've been caught red-handed.
Sorry about that.
The
okay.
Cat portal.
I've just been sitting here hanging out.
Yeah, and the cat portal works backwards because that's where my cat used to steal my socks from and put half the socks in the portal.
My mom had a cat that would steal socks. Yeah, they've got it.
Gee, we just chalked it up to the dryer gremlins.
Yeah,
I have those. Yes,
we cleaned up the whole trailer when I went to move, and there were no socks around.
not a one, huh?
Right.
She wish. But it's this is manifesting.
Yep.
And everybody wants to make it some sort of woo-woo. I'll use Raven's word. And it's not woo-woo. It's a simple act of
the CIA has backed you up on that. They have a whole set of documents.
Yes.
On how to manifest.
Mm-hmm.
And what herbs actually help the pituitary gland manifest.
How about them apples?
Oh, okay. We got a full house tonight.
Who all we got?
Hello, Shadow.
Hi, Shadow.
Hey, wow. Shadow, you need to get a 3D printer.
I'm working on it. I gotta have room for a 3D printer. That's the big
thing.
No,
Shadow's going to get the 3D printer. Shadow's going to get this 3D printer. Lynn going to get the vacuum cleaner supply. Nathan's going to get the HG. Who's building the machine to give people common sense?
Nathan.
I definitely don't have room for that.
Nathan's tapped. You got a project going, Nathan? This is yours.
A project?
Yeah, you need a new project.
Oh, right.
You haven't got enough on the go.
An old project is coming back up, but I'm still under kind of like a quantum gag order. But
open that box. Is still on. I've got some things in that box for you for that. Yeah, open it.
Okay, I didn't want to.
Oh, he got his package?
Yeah, it showed up
Yes,
today.
he got his package today, finally. It's been lost.
It showed
And
up
I
today.
was absolutely having a fit.
Yeah, they dropped it under the seat. I got a package from Raven today. Thank you. I don't know what's in it.
I do.
You know the project that you were talking about beforehand that you decided not to talk so much about?
Right. I'll be using code words.
Yeah. Well, there's some stuff in there for that might interest Keith too.
Okay.
Might interest the rest of us as well.
And I when that package went missing, I was like, it was supposed to have been delivered Wednesday. So I've been sweating this for 3 days, praying that
I
box.
knew it was going to show up. I mean, if it says
well,
delivered.
It said delivered on or at the box at 10:17 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So here I'm thinking somebody stole it. One of the neighbors just scarfed it up. Somebody walking by. Who knows, right?
Well, my area
they found it under the seat, huh?
Well, I say that. I don't know what happened, but it showed up.
Oh. So then I go down to my post office and they give me the runaround. And then all that time wasted just to tell me that he has to put a tracer on it from his end in Nashville. So it's like, okay, fine, whatever. Why did I even bother to come down here? I was really upset.
Yeah, and I'm not worried about my location. I'm not worried about people knowing my location because I literally have broadcasted out to the universe. Okay, I've got an open invite for the Click Clack to come for coffee. Just tap on my window. I'll bring it out. Let's see. Okay.
What?
The Click Clack. What you would know is the Mantis.
The Mantis people, they have an open invite to come around and have coffee.
Okay.
Because they
how would they have coffee? How does that work?
I don't know. I can offer it. I don't know how they can drink it, but I can offer it.
Okay.
I have big mugs. I can.
You have really long straws?
I have a big mug.
Okay.
That's because you got a bigger camera.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I am going to do this now and do an unboxing. It is open, and the first thing I'm seeing is
you're stepping into Shadow's realm.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Amethyst wand.
It's on selenite. Mm-hmm.
Selenite and amethyst wand.
Oh,
very cool.
Nice.
It's got copper coils on it.
Yeah, it's got copper on it, and
there's some
the selenite. You don't want to get that wet. Selenite's not a crystal that you want to get wet.
Right. It's
and it doesn't ever need to be charged or cleaned. It'll clean other crystals, so you can put other crystals on it, near it, or whatever, and it will cleanse them.
Okay.
You need to use a glasses cleaner, not a spray, but a simple.
The little white thing. Okay, and got a smudge
stick. When you're done with
this,
I want to show you something, Raven.
Okay, hold up.
Okay.
Got a smudge stick. Thank you. It looks to be. It has a sticker on it. I don't know if that's a logo sticker or what, but
no, it's just a sticker. I think I threw some extra stickers in there too. I bought a bunch of them on Temu. I love them.
Okay, what else?
I got all kinds of crazy stickers.
Oh, you're pushing my droid buttons. It says mechanical robots. That is
all right.
That is up as my droid buttons, and it's. You assemble it, and it says collect them all on the back, but I don't think I'm going to be collecting anything. But thank you. These are meant to inspire, and they work. Okay, what else we got? Okay, I'm going to. I believe this is that thing. Is this it?
Or
maybe. Not this one?
I can't remember.
Okay. I'm going to.
Well, that was very definitive.
It could.
It's been lost in the mail too long. I can't remember now.
Just have to stumble through.
Let's see here. What is this? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is.
Oh, that's the. Okay.
Wait a minute. Let me
get
it better.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
I do too.
From an old thermostat.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
It is a robot part.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
If he starts to tumble,
just don't use it for anything else.
Robot part.
Yeah, if he starts to tumble, now we'll know. he'll be able to tell you, hey, my switch tells me I'm falling.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get up.
And I promise it won't fly.
Bopped my head.
Right. Mum's the word.
Well, you do realize there, Nathan, if you throw it hard enough, it'll fly.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was falling with style.
Well, pretty much.
Something else here. Oh, cool. Okay. Is this it says, oh.
That's
right.
just a novelty thing.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just
Oh, it's
Halloween.
fun stuff.
Yeah,
Halloween
that's just
fun
fun
stuff.
stuff. Yeah,
It says
yeah.
Raven's feathers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
you
they're going to
lost
be
some
real
feathers?
or not.
Raven.
But
When did you
This-
start plucking feathers, Raven?
thank you.
That's what
And
comes
there's
out
a
of my hairbrush.
card. Oh, wait, there's something
Now there's
else.
something. Yeah. That's the big one.
Is it now?
Yes.
Let's see.
Kind of.
Oh, something a little piece of it got broken off.
Oh.
Just a little.
Oh,
That's okay.
that's the stand.
He's got
Okay.
super glue.
And a 3D printer. I'll make a new stand.
There you go.
Yeah, you can also make your cutter that you need.
This appears to be
Oh.
That's
Quartz.
real. That's a real
Yeah.
quartz crystal ball.
Real quartz crystal.
Nice
He's gonna
quality,
turn it.
man. Look
He's
at
gonna
it.
turn it into a ring, so he can just constantly be spying on folks.
Get out your laser pointer
Okay.
and let's see how
Oh,
real.
what did I do with it? What did I
I
do
don't
with it?
know.
My laser pointer. I mean, the crystal's right here.
Well, do not point that laser pointer at your screen.
Oh, I won't. I don't want
Why
to
have
burn
the
out
freaking-
the pixels in a big zigzag.
Seriously. Hi, Desic. Welcome in.
Hey, Destic.
Cindy
Okay,
Beth,
well, I will have
Diane
to-
Brothers.
How do I not
Who
have a
else?
laser? Yeah, everyone
Austin
like
Tig.
and subscribe. Thanks for coming. If you're here, you're Quantum. And
I'm surprised you don't have one in your utility belt.
me too.
Hellfire
It's
Studios.
probably in my bag.
And
I'm
of
gonna
course,
put this bag.
we're going to say Nash. Nah, I can't see. Not lost. Not lost too.
Not
Okay,
lost to
Destic has
what?
called it.
And
That's what
welcome
I
to the
cannot
show.
talk about, but yes. But now it's there forever. Destic called it. So yeah.
We're
okay.
glad to see everybody. Samantha Morris the cat.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Panel. Thank you for coming in a very compromising
Alfie.
position with my hands full.
The cat is back.
Now,
I will set this
who's back?
back down. And that robot part will be added to the other robot parts.
Yeah.
And,
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
yeah.
You keep freezing up on my end when you do the wink. Something about it.
Okay. Also,
See-
a card with kitties on it. I love it. Card from the cat
Yeah.
dimension.
Oh, nice.
You can open that later if you want.
Okay.
But-
I'll look at this and thank you so much. Let me get my big fat face out of here. And get everybody else's
Hey,
big fat
Nathan.
faces up back on the screen. Hey,
It's funny you should be talking about robots. This is the thing I've been working on.
let me bring you up now. Go up a little
This
bit.
is the thing I've been working on here.
What is that?
Oh.
You can't
What
really
is
see
that?
what you're.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
I've got one
I
of
do
those.
not honestly know.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's a Warforged Titan or Warforged. It's
Oh, okay. I stumbled across it like this and I picked it up.
yeah. Jackie painted one of those last year. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm actually getting a little more
Excellent.
detail on this one than I usually do. But then, amazingly enough, my hand isn't shaking as bad as it was.
Thank you.
Thank
But-
you, Raven. This is
Oh, you're
awesome.
welcome.
Thank
You're welcome.
you so much.
I'm so glad it wasn't lost. Oh, I was just, God, I'm so relieved. I'll sleep tonight now.
Yeah,
It showed up. It showed my post office is. they
I
got
could
park-
just see them going back through the post office and them just opening that and finding that thing that I did not divulge that would classify as hazardous material, and
the
then
robot part, right?
getting the robot part. Yeah, that
Having a connection.
potentially. Yeah, and I was standing there while I was waiting in line to trace the thing, and I'm looking at the long list of punishments for having not divulged certain things in
Yeah.
your package, and I'm like, shit, do I really want to do this?
Yeah, it does
crap.
add a whole new dimension, doesn't it?
Do I need to
I
get
could just
you
be
to
turning myself in here, you know.
I'm going to tell you what I told the kids. You get yourself in jail. You get yourself out.
Yeah, been there, done that. But not fun.
No.
See, I got something to show you here, Raven. You know, I forgot you were that into crystals, but you're gonna love this one.
Okay.
Just takes a minute. Primarily because of what it is. It's just a little guy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Is that I can't see it very clear. Is that a selenite or a quartz?
That's a selenite.
Okay. Wow, that's beautiful.
Isn't
Just beautiful. What a gorgeous, it's a tower.
That one sits up
Selenite
there.
tower.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
I don't know what the weight of it is, but it is massive.
Yeah.
It's several different stones from the looks of it.
I've
No,
got
it's all one.
I've got a piece that's
It's one.
about that long, but it's not a tower like that. Where is it?
No, this is a single form piece. You can see where it broke off.
Wow.
You know, you can't see it very clearly on the screen.
I don't
Okay,
have
yeah.
my
All one crystal.
found
Yeah,
the
I got a
laser.
wand.
Big laser.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That big, and I got a ball. To this. This is great stuff. This stuff is so good for cleaning anything. You got bad vibes on. Excuse me. Got bad vibes on anything. Stick it with this.
Well, I got a rusty lawnmower blade. We'll
Can't
work
hear a
on
thing.
that.
No, but you could probably put that underneath a copper pyramid and it would sharpen. I have heard, I've not tried this myself, but I have heard that if you
Filter is
make
coming
your
off.
homemade pyramid out of copper tubing, that you can put a razor blade under there and it will sharpen within a couple weeks.
Whoops.
An interesting
I've
idea.
got a whetstone. I'm pretty sure I could do it in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but this is
Lights going out.
I mean, I just don't have that kind of time.
just for metaphysical experimentation and fun, you know. I was
Okay.
hoping you would report back to us, but no
Yeah,
takers on
I'll
that.
get right on that.
Huh? Okay, you
Oh
do that.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, that
nice.
talks.
Too
That
much error
talks.
correction. You can't see it. Wow.
Yeah. Boy,
Yeah,
it
but you can
talks.
see it on the fringes.
Oh
It is
yeah.
dancing.
It's
On the
talking.
fringes, you can see it.
It's mesmerizing.
It is.
Hey, do you remember?
That is a heavy duty. That is, you cannot take this out in public. This is not the
Okay, I want one of
super
those
strong
for
burning laser,
Christmas.
but
What's
I want
that,
the
Joe?
it is
laser.
a laser.
Yeah, I need one of those.
Oh wow.
What's
Okay.
that, Joe?
I was wondering if Nathan
I gotta show you
remembered
this. Hold
the TI quartz crystal.
TI?
Is that the
And
kind
yeah,
that'll
of course,
burn with
it is
Nathan?
down here.
Texas
Okay.
Instruments.
Oh,
They
Oh, I remember it.
they
My
took
brother
about-
used
You
to
be
program
both,
on them.
Diane.
I don't know how
But
you
you're
can
right.
remember it. It was
Hold on,
something I
hold
had
on,
at my
hold on.
store.
What got broken?
do they use quartz from Brazil or from United
That's
States
the big,
or Madagascar?
barely legal laser that I have.
They used whatever quartz they
Send me a
needed,
link,
and
Nathan.
they
I need one of
ground
those.
them up, and they regrew
What, dude?
them.
How did you fall down?
But the
Oh.
thing is, when they regrew them,
Did my
it had
camera move?
it had the cool feeling of a regular crystal. But when you took the laser pointer,
I think
it
I moved
wouldn't
the camera.
dance.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't remember touching the camera.
Well, we can see you all right.
You can see that?
Quantum show there, Nelson.
No, we can see you.
Well, you could see me. Could you see the? I know you could see a bright blob of a glow.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But
you saw
around the fringes, you could see the dancing.
Oh,
Yeah.
you could see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know they would do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Part
And
of
that's
part
I
of the
think I
training I
told
do.
you that.
Part of the
yeah.
training I do, Raven.
And I could do that.
Oh, okay.
With
Well, I
this
need some
one, too.
training then. I didn't know they would do that. I
this
have a
one.
couple.
Told you that they do. I've shown that.
Yeah,
I've not
let me-
seen that before. I probably wasn't on the show yet.
Oh, you might not have been, but I showed the guys a red laser pointer through
I would have remembered it.
through a related crystal, and it danced to beat the band. That is amazing.
I don't know if you can see that or not.
The edges,
Just on the edges.
yeah, they're glowing on the outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
I
can
the
see
edges.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you don't need a fancy one like this to make
Neither
it happen.
one.
Can
Yeah,
you use Can you use one that like there's a cat toy? Was that strong
the
enough?
dollar store ones, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, sure.
It's perfect.
Really?
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
That
That
one's
they
even.
They work
That's
a little
along the
hard.
length
That's
of it.
great.
Right
That
That
one's
has a
great.
really strong aura. That way, yeah.
And you can see it dancing in the aura section.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is not camera correction either. I can
Yeah,
see
you
that.
can.
I can see that with my own eyes.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Whoo-wee.
So-
You don't.
Well, the plus
fancy
sign,
me.
so
You
can
just
we.
need-
What is that exactly? Is that the crystal's aura?
No,
Yeah.
that is the crystal
Yeah.
talking to itself.
We're
Is the crystal
okay,
what?
As far
Well-
as I understand, we're creating a feedback loop, but it's
Yeah.
not a loop exactly.
No,
It's we're creating like I don't know.
it's like their neural pathways within the crystal.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
But we're
It's one thing,
bypassing.
You're absolutely right. It's their
No,
method of talking to each other.
you're enlightening them. You're lighting them up so that we can see them.
Right.
But
It's
that
not,
is occurring all the time.
Okay. Okay.
and it just
See,
seems to have. I mean,
crystals
it's just
talk to each
visible
other.
light. That's just the visible light that we can see, and I'm sure it's doing it. Well, I know it's doing it on the quantum level. So
Well, whenever you program a crystal to do something, that's what you're talking to. Those little neurons.
that's
This is
that's
not-
the work. Yeah, I can see that in real life, y'all. I didn't need to look at the screen. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. Cool.
Do you have a cat laser,
Yeah.
Raven?
Yeah. Right here.
It's not
You should be
on.
able to see it.
Yeah, it
Well,
is.
you got to turn it all the way on.
Well, I'm pressing it all the way down.
Right. Well,
Maybe it's not strong enough.
Can you see
Well,
it
yeah, so you can see it dancing in the crystal.
inside the crystal?
See, I get a kick out of this one.
See how it looks like the whole bunch of little tiny ants?
Oh, you can see the sparks. Look at the
yeah.
back wall. You can see it.
hold up,
No, that's-
Raven.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Look at it.
Look
Hold
at
on.
look at
Keith.
it. You can see it.
Look at it. Now look at it. Don't shine it right in your eyes, but look at it.
Bring it down a little bit. Bring it down a little
Bring
bit.
it down to where you can see it. Don't worry about us.
Oh,
and then
looks
then
like
look
it's got
above it.
flames above it. You gotta bring it
Yeah,
down so
Above
we
it,
can see
on
the
the
see
screen.
the tip.
On the screen.
No, don't try to look at. Don't let us see it. You see it, Raven.
Look
You
above
see
it.
it. We know
above
what
it
it's
on the
going to
screen.
do.
Look above it on
There
the
you
screen.
go. There you go.
I can't get it to do what you did though.
But you are.
Look above it on the screen.
You are getting it to do it.
You
I
are
don't see
doing
it.
It's all over the place behind you.
Oh,
That's
that's
something
something
else.
Oh, okay.
I can
That's
see what's
something
going
else.
on there.
here. Onto this
Does
second.
that
That
crystal
Okay.
have a
might've been
base?
interfering.
Does that crystal have a base that you cannot see through, or what?
Well, just a little
It's on
bit.
stone. Okay.
It just has a little bit of a matrix right there.
All right. Well, see. Put it on the bottom of one of those crystals that you can get to. Like make it go
Oh, here we
through
go.
it long ways.
Okay, here we go. Here, I'll try this one here.
There you go. Now look at the crystal.
go.
Don't look at us. Look at the crystal. What do you see it doing? Is your laser on?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all.
it's on. It's on. Yeah.
Now, what do
see
you
how
see it doing?
see all the little tiny particles?
Little tiny things running all over the place.
Oh, now I do.
There you go.
Okay. Okay, now I do.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
laser's not super strong.
Small.
So
She's got a small laser.
Okay. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay, I saw it.
there
Yeah, I need
you
a
go.
stronger one.
And- and
Now
notice-
Keith has got one.
Notice
Keith is-
if you even held your
I don't
hand
have a laser.
still, if you held
This
your hand
one's
still,
this one's kind of a weird setup because this one doesn't have much in the way of the auric field, but this little monkey will sing.
Oh, really? Cool.
Like you can literally hear this one talk. Well, more to the point, I can.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're tuned to us individually.
Okay, let me try this one. This one here is the Atlantean one.
Okay, let's bring you back up.
Let's try this one here.
Oh, how clear and pretty that is.
This one's supposed to be an Atlantean
Yeah.
recorder crystal.
Well, put it on the side. Look here. Look here. Do it like this. This is your laser. This is your crystal. Do it like this. Don't do it like this, where we can see it, where you can see it. We know what it's going to do. Do it
Okay.
like this to where you can see it. Don't try to present it to us.
and don't point it towards your face.
Right.
Okay.
Don't just
No,
sideways and see what you can see.
you can get blinded doing that.
Yeah, but on the plus side, we won't.
Hmm.
You're
We need
very
to get you a
very
better laser.
there, Keith.
Can you see it okay?
We used to do it with the cat laser all the time in the store.
Oh yeah.
Can you do it from the bottom or do it from the top?
There he goes.
And you don't need to move the crystal or the laser. Things inside will move by themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much.
Do you see anything
Yeah,
moving
very
in that one?
Moving.
Not yet. I'm looking.
It's reflecting
Raven.
into your face. Be careful.
Just a thought. Forget you don't know how to see it.
Okay. Forget I don't know how to.
I've never hit it.
Oh God, yes. Okay, I see it. Wow.
Now, see how
Okay.
quick that works?
Yeah. Thank you, Keith. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Energetic. It's amazing.
That is so trippy.
This stuff is
That is so
and
trippy.
you appear to have a reflective surface on the inside because it's hitting your face.
Oh
like-
wow.
You'll want that.
You know, I'm going to be up all night doing this. I'll probably go to the store and go get a new one of these too.
So we were worried about cats being part of the whole bunch part of your life. Now I know.
Yeah. What's the matter with her? How come she's not gotten dressed in 3 days? So she's still playing with the laser pointer and the crystals. That would be me.
Are you batting at balls too? I guess that doesn't
I'm
sound
not even
right.
going to touch that.
I'm not even
We're
going
just going to leave that alone.
Don't say that in a bunch of pagan men.
I'll never tell. Oh my gosh, that is so trippy. That is so trippy.
Hey,
Wow.
Raven. Raven.
Yeah.
Small dangly bits.
Mhm.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
You do
and
remember
This
this?
is my
This is supposed to be family friendly.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah.
Right,
Adam's
right.
family
I was talking about cat toys. What are you talking about?
friendly.
Go ahead and try it.
now it's going to be there forever.
Oh, here. Oh, here. I got myself a birthday present.
Careful, Ann.
Nan, you'll appreciate this. Hang on here. Hopefully I got enough. Hopefully it's not too dark here. Okay. Can you see it?
I see a witchy thing.
Let me bring you back up.
Can you blow her up? Oh, that's fabulous.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw that picture and I thought of you. How about that?
Well, when I got this picture, I got a closer look at it, and the face does look like me.
Yeah. How about
like,
that?
Wow.
You posing for pictures and don't even know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's multitasking.
Yeah, really. different dimensions, eh?
Yeah, I didn't even see it that close up. There was just a small little picture of it, on the ad on the thing, and I thought it was cool. But then when I got it, I was like, oh wow,
much nicer than you thought, huh?
I bought a shirt, my new favorite shirt, my birthday present to myself, and it says big numbers across the front. It says 1692. They missed one.
Yeah. All right.
Of course, referring to for those of you who don't know, the Salem witch trials.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, happy birthday, Raven.
Oh, thank you. Birthday, Raven. Thank you.
Yeah, glad you made it through another one.
Yeah, really.
Me too.
Oh, by the way, Shadow, if you're still here.
He's still. Yeah,
I think he is, but I think he might be
he's listening.
Delayed by something.
Away from the keyboard.
Yeah.
I did an inventory count of these little figures.
Uh-huh.
I've got 580 of them.
Oh.
Wow.
Sounds like those action figures.
Where are you offloading them?
When I die.
Okay.
But I don't have to pay for it, and I don't have to buy any this year. I've got quite enough to paint.
Good.
I'm looking at the chat room.
Aha. Shadow eating waffles at Burger King.
I think he meant to say, I saw Nathan singing his now song called I Saw Shadow Eating Waffles at Burger King.
That'd be a good one.
That's a new take on a Christmas classic.
Yeah. Oh, let's don't even go there. Oh, my mind.
You know what? Amy from Alien Girl 111 still has a call out for paranormal commercials. The funnier, the better. And I did one for her mug. It's on my channel. I did one for her mug. You know what? Let me see if I can. I'm going to appear funny here, so I'm going to mute myself.
It's like disclosure. Right?
I'm going to bring it up and see if I can play it here. So I'm going to go put myself on mute.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
I think the demon dog's got him.
Oh.
Did you try and crawl on your lap?
Yeah.
It's hard to do with a 70-pound dog.
No, it's actually easy. He knocks you down and stands on you.
Yeah.
I used to have a Bouvier Black Lab Cross that thought he was a lap dog.
Oh, there she is. There's the big fluffy dog.
Yeah, he's just a little guy, eh?
When he talks about mattifying stuff, he means he's turning her loose on it. Oh, there you are.
Okay, now what is this about paranormal commercials? Oh, you're frozen, I think.
Two normal commercials, paranormal commercials.
There's two of them?
Yeah. Paranormal.
It's the hottest mug in ufology. Alien Girl 111. The bodies, the documents, the craft. Get yours now.
And that's just her.
Tastes like disclosure.
That's awesome. I love it.
Could you pick one for us?
That's awesome.
That is fabulous.
Tastes like disclosure.
Oh, that ornery little book. That's great.
Could y'all hear it?
Did you see it, Shadow?
Could y'all hear it?
Yes.
Yep.
The sound worked and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good deal. Man, I didn't even know I did it right.
Oh, wow.
Well, you know. Well, assuming you take our word for it, you know.
Yeah.
Wait, you should. I think you should have put this in Nathan from the Quantum Show.
I know. But that was before the Quantum Show happened.
Oh, wow.
That was before I had my show. I might redo it. Yeah, Amy has a call out for people to make paranormal commercials, either advertising something for sale, doing something like taking a trip, or whatever. You know, like what's his name from Aztec Mayan Adventures? He said he advertises his tours where he goes. He takes people to Egypt and South America and Portugal to look at ancient ruins, and he makes his own commercials. I think it's Brian Forrester. I think it is. I'm
Brian
not sure.
Forrester. Yeah. Yeah.
He does. I can't remember the name. Aztec walking tours. Or something?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he does commercials, and well, they're not funny, but they're commercials. So she still has the call out. It's just make it, upload it, tag her in it, and she will play it on her show.
Okay. You know what? Frank and I like to do stuff like that. We did one for the Kevorkian Memorial. How did that go, Frank? Kevorkian? Here.
Kevorkian Memorial Clinic, Tire Center, and Hair Salon off Highway 666 in scenic New Mexico.
Scenic Highway 666.
He has the voice for it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And there is such a highway, or was such a highway. They renumbered it, but
yeah, it's still there though. And you cannot make a right off of that highway unless you really want to leave this world.
Wow.
Well, you know, if I was, you know, I figure I got other ways so that I don't have to drive that far.
Yeah, really. But you know, Frank and I love to do voiceover and commercials. So we'll run something up for Alien Girl 111.
Okay, but make it, upload it, and tag her, because she and make sure you tell her she has permission, because YouTube would hold it against her even if you don't. You have to send her an email. All her contact information is on her page. Follow the link in the description.
How about if we send it to you? You can send it on from the gang at
the Quantum Panel. Show. Sure, I can do that.
Yeah, I'd love to.
How long are they supposed to be?
10 seconds.
Well, usually a spot's between 10 and 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, this is a 1 hour early morning show, so
you have to be very quick.
Mine was 13 seconds, and that's how long was it? Let me bring it back up.
I don't know.
Mine was 17 seconds.
Mm.
And it was decent.
Quite quick.
Yeah, it was decent, right? I mean, medium run energy, and I got the point across, and I said, "Hey, it's the hottest mug in ufology, Alien Girl 111. The bodies, the documents, the craft." Get yours now. I've messed it up.
And
Get
that's
yours
just about
today.
her.
Tastes like
Tastes like
disclosure.
disclosure.
It's this.
You
Yes.
know, if we do it, we'll make it from the Quantum Show and the gang.
Okay. Okay.
The
Yeah.
gang.
Like advertise something.
Quantum Show game.
Or an event or right, the quantum game show. Okay, that works.
Before you know it, we'll have little black men out, or little, I should say,
little men in black.
Just
Men,
so
men
long
in
as we
black.
don't
oh my God.
Now I'm going to get
Yeah.
send all hate
Just
mail
so-
to Shadow and Son.
Just so long as we don't start coming from the quantum gangland.
Oh, yeah.
The quantum
what?
gang. Yeah, that's cool.
How about the gang from the Quantum Show?
Yeah.
The gang.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
The Shadows. The Joe.
Watch where it goes.
Well, having Joe here when we've got a coffee cup actually works out quite nicely.
Yeah, really?
Yes, I really like burnt beans that somebody poured water over.
To have a name like Joe and hate coffee.
I know, that's
how
weird.
do you live with yourself?
Quite easily.
That's okay. He has a Dr. Pepper thing, and I can do without. I drink water.
This crystal thing has got me. I can't stop thinking about it. Okay, so I have been into crystals. I was even a member of the Rocks and Minerals Club back when I was 7 years old, and I've never known to do that with a crystal. And you say you teach this?
Yes, it's a magical teaching. We had
Cool.
to use a different way before, but laser pointers came out and we could use them.
Yeah, what did you use before?
Well, it was a series of other crystals that we used as filters.
Oh, okay. Back, I remember at the rock shows they would have like black lights, and there were some crystals that would turn these brilliant fluorescent colors when they're put under a black light.
Right,
And they would put on a little show.
There are several different frequencies of black light, so you could do it with different crystals and get different color.
Oh, okay. These were always rocks that looked like just gray, brown, nothing in the daylight. And then you would take them in there and put these under the black light, and you'd be like fluorescent orange and green and blue, and they just
Have
vibrant.
you heard of fluorite?
Yeah.
Yep.
It
I got some.
fluoresces real well.
Yeah, it does. It does. I've got a bunch of fluorite's one of my favorites.
That's how I make
I
fluorescent
learned about
light.
fluorine, which is a whole different ballgame.
What'd you say, Lynn Ann?
I said that's how you get fluorescent light.
Is fluorite. Okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I thought it was fluorine glass. Oh well.
it is.
No, that's if you're trying to blow the place up.
I think you said fluorine, not
I mean,
chlorine.
granted, it will light the place.
Yeah, don't do it in the presence of oxygen. You do it in the vacuum of a tube.
Nathan.
Party pooper.
Nathan. Hold on, guys. Nathan, Frank
Yes.
dropped that commercial in your messenger.
Okay. May I play it here?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me get it. Let me bring it up.
He and I decided one night to write commercials since we needed some filler for our show and years ago, and that's what we came up with.
We also have how to irritate a authority on Samaria.
Do you mean
it's a
How did we
donkey? Remember, it's a donkey. No, that's a bull.
Yeah, boy,
Um,
he just got totally cheesed over that.
Frank, where did you send it? Facebook Messenger?
Facebook Messenger. Was that where you sent it? Facebook? Facebook, yeah.
Oh, Facebook, not Messenger. Okay, let me check.
Yeah, Facebook. Okay.
Hang on, let me grab it up.
Anyway, the yeah, he was looking at the same set of pictographs that we were, and by George, that thing was a bull. No donkey I ever saw.
A donkey with horns. Yes.
You know, last time I checked, donkeys don't actually have horns.
No. Some of them wear politicians' hats, but
I don't have it.
It's not there, Frank.
It may just be taking a bit to show up.
Yeah.
Well, if it's in Messenger, yeah, it might take a bit to show up. So I'll wait for it.
Is it an instant messenger? They're on Facebook. Is that how you dropped it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it a whole video or was it a link?
It was a whole video.
Oh, it's going to take a few minutes.
It might take a while, yeah. What's that, Frank? What?
We're still in Mercury retrograde, so yeah, it might take a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, Mercury's not.
I've
had a hell of a weirdness with Mercury retrograde this trip around.
We've got
here's the thing. Here's the thing, Raven. Were you born under a Mercury retrograde, or were you born Mercury direct?
I believe it was direct, and Saturn or Jupiter was. Let me look. Was retrograde.
See, Mercury retrograde is kind of a funny thing. It does have an effect, but it has an effect on people born direct.
Got it. To one book out, everything fell.
Retrograde.
My office is such a disaster. Okay, here.
We're getting hit by sunspots like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We got sunspots. I couldn't get my PayPal card to work at the gas pump last night. It was just ridiculous. Oh, I ended up on a different road altogether. This is what Nathan was referring to earlier.
Yeah, what is that about?
Okay, check this out. This freaked me out. I mean, seriously freaked me out. Okay, so I had to go to the emissions place, which I've been there many times before. I know it's not very far from my house, maybe 2 miles. And when you leave the emissions place, I've got 2 left turns to make. And then I'm connecting to my road to be home. And somehow, and you have to go through a big intersection. I made that second left-hand turn. And then next thing I know, I am on a different road going the opposite direction. And I'm on the main 159 that goes all the way through this area. And I would have had to have gone through that big set of traffic lights in order to even get there. I mean, I'm like, I've never had a blackout in my life.
Have a blackout, but you do have a wormhole in that area.
Oh, is that what it is? Because I was so seriously freaked. I did not know where I was and how the hell I got on the road. I didn't even know what road it was to begin with. And then finally I saw a couple landmarks that I recognized. And I was absolutely shaking. And I had to pull into Burger King, which was like another whole weird experience. But I'll save that for another time.
That seems to be a theme at Burger King tonight.
Really?
Oh, Edgar was talking about waffles at Burger King in Shadow.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we've got a wormhole there. Well, that freaked me out, and it was nighttime.
Yeah, but you get used to them.
Okay. And I'm like, do I have missing time? And then I look and I remembered my clock doesn't work in the Jeep, so I didn't know what happened to me. I didn't know what happened. I'm like, what time is it? Where am I? I'm just totally disoriented.
Just a wormhole. But guys, I wish I could stick around, but that's just not gonna. Well, I could stick around, but I'm gonna fall asleep on you.
Okay. They don't do that.
Well, we just had a.
That's Raven's stick.
Get a witch.
Okay. Well, Keith, thanks for coming by. I know you were sticking it out to come by because I know it's super late for you. Thank you.
To see you.
Appreciate it.
No,
love your input.
Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, we love your
Good
input,
seeing
and
you
we
again,
love
man.
having you here on our panel because you add a very good dimension to this motley crew.
I appreciate that, Nathan. I will see you guys next year.
Next year. Happy New Year.
Happy New
New
Year.
Year.
Take care, man.
You too.
All right. We just had a
Have a good one.
C4. We just had a C4 at 0300 hours Universal Time. We're looking at a G1 storm possible on January the 1st because we've got a sunspot rotating around that is expected to hit the energies from it is expected to hit Earth's magnetic field, and we can expect sudden stratospheric warming because of the sun, not because of SUVs. So
I heard something about
Does
this.
that mean I can't go out again?
I wouldn't go out on the 1st if I were you.
Rats.
I'm
I don't
not.
think I will either.
I'm staying right here.
So what can one do to kind of shield themselves from the effects of this? Anything other than stay inside?
Let's see. You could put wire in all your walls and cover your windows.
What about a tinfoil hat? Will that work?
No, that only works for the brain. What are you going to do
Damn.
for you?
Okay.
I have a great big tin roof. Does that help?
That helps. But a G1's not all that bad, but it's starting on the bad area.
Oh.
Diane's got to go. Talk to you later, Diane.
Good night,
Bye, Diane.
Diane. Happy New
Well,
Year.
I think she was
Happy
saying
New Year.
goodnight.
Come on.
She was saying goodnight to somebody else, I think.
Diane,
And
yeah.
Aussie Tiger is going to check out. Good night, Aussie.
We're losing Australia.
We lost Nathan.
Happy New Year to you, buddy.
I wish I could see the chat room.
Hey, Nathan would have found today good swimming weather.
How's that?
Well, last night it was freezing, so he would have found it good for swimming weather.
Well, that sounds good to me.
When he lived down here, he would go around December, January, short sleeve shirts and short pants. And here I am in a sweater and a coat.
You know, I'm from Ohio. It took me about 15 years to acclimate.
No, Edgar, they don't sell waffles here at Burger King that I know of. And with the price of minimum wage going up to $20 an hour, I won't be doing any fast food for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, really.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
not meant to be a sustainable income. It's meant for teenagers, college kids.
Literally entry level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even
50,
that
50,
really.
50 grand a year.
Not even that really. It's a basic how to adjust to working life.
Yeah, it's a great way to get everybody cut down to part time. Every fast food restaurant's going to only have part time workers.
Yeah.
Yep. No. Not only will you not get your full hours, but you won't get insurance. You'll get nothing, and the prices will still skyrocket.
You got to pay for it.
And they've been running a few AI restaurants already.
Yeah.
It might be get rid of the kids altogether and just run the AI.
Yeah, I don't want robots making my food.
You might not have a choice on that one unless you stay home.
That's what I prefer that anyways. The prices have been skyrocketing for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
2-3 years ago, you could buy burger, fries, and a drink for $5. Now it's 15. It's going to go to 20 in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, I just paid 12 a little earlier today. But it was a special.
Oh, you lucked out. Did you have a coupon? What was up with that?
It was. I walked in on it. I was like, "Oh, cool, 10% off. Awesome."
I love our dystopia.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
The 10% doesn't even cover the taxes here.
No.
Right.
No, our area, the minimum wage in our city went up to $12.76, and people are crabbing about it. I'm like, take a look around you.
Well, y'all, I am still on that weird schedule for the holidays, so I've got to wrap it up tonight. I've got to get ready for bed. I got to
Alright.
go in early, 4 hours early tomorrow. So
Is that the reason why Maddie was in here?
maybe trying to get you ready for me wrapping up the show because I do got to go. Okay, everybody, that has been the Quantum Panel. We did cover personal power and manifestation and different aspects thereof. Thank you for the questions from the chat.
Absolutely.
And I love that we have the discussion. Yeah, we jump all over the place, but it's related. Else we wouldn't have gone there in the first place.
True.
That's the way the quantum works. And I don't try to steer it. Yeah, you'll have new eyes coming in soon, Joe. So
I got good eyes here.
you'll have one of these on the way pretty soon. So watch the mail. And
I just don't know where I put my wide angle lens at.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
It is
Happy New Year, everybody.
now
God bless.
New Year's Eve official, 36 minutes in my
All
area.
right.
And thank you everybody in the chat coming in and saying hi and participating. I did go and leave Minnesota Grower 420 a message to say come on back, but he hasn't been online for 4 weeks. Don't know what's up, but I left him a message.
That's weird.
Yeah, he's probably busy growing, doing the thing, being the boots on the ground guy, living the dream.
Oh, okay, fine, Desdick.
You probably won't.
You probably won't. But okay, links are in the description to all the shows mentioned and everyone who has been tested and verified quantum. Links are in the description. And I can do that because I'm certifying myself quantum. What does that even mean?
That means you're in charge.
That comes from a different show. I was like, we were talking about billions, or it was some world stuff on Lynn Hurley show, who has a link in the description. So thanks everybody. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Hellfire. Hellfire says he sent me plastered my ex, which is Twixter, with a gift. Thank you, man. And you are also quantum. You are linked in the description. And we are going to go and
push
take
buttons.
It out for the night. Pushing buttons. Let me get the thing here. Oh, I know I have a banner for that. Okay, well, do I have a banner for that? Nope. It's okay. Pushing buttons. I got a sticker for that.
That'll work.
Pushing buttons.
Pushing buttons.
Pushing buttons.
That's
Talk
how
to
we
y'all later.
do it.
It works. Is it upside down? Nope, it's right. All right, y'all. Have a happy new year. See you next year, 2024. Remember, manifest and stay inside your personal power.
Yep.
Keep it quantum.
Night,
Take it easy, guys.
Lucky trails.
Pushing buttons.
Happy New Year, folks.